Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Smash Our Stash, which you've heard me say over and over is my favorite collab. This month is powders, pastes, and glazes. And I will tell you, not my favorite month. But I focused and said, I've got a couple things in my stash that absolutely need to go. I had 2 bottles of Nuvo drops, those ones, we were going to make our own enamel dots with and put them on cards. And some people are great at that and some people aren't. I take them and smear them through stencils. And the issue is I only had 2 bottles, which I guess is a blessing. But I got tired of the colors and I've used them for this before and I don't ever use them except for this collaboration. So I said, that's it. This month we're using them up. And I just kept getting stuff out of my stash over the course of days, letting it dry, putting it away, getting some more out. I also, for powders, I had a jar of Pearl-X. I'll show you. Pearl-X. This is a tiny little jar of powder and it is a hot mess once you open it. If you are a very detailed, tidy, watercoloring type person, or you're just like me and you don't care if you're super messy, then okay, this is a product for you. But those tweener card maker people, don't open the lid. Pearl-X here, we'll do that last because I'll tell you why. I took all sorts of stuff. I even got into the vintage. Look at this cute little envelope and I just put some stars down here in a little lighter blend than some of the others. Remember, I only have 2 colors, but depending on how I mixed them, they came out different. So this one may not be mixed at all or just a tiny bit of this light blue. Oh, I did find later a bottle of something else. So most of these are the same. And then this one, this bright one is different. But all of these, see, you can kind of see I made them in batches and depending on how it gets. Now these have some nice blue smears on them. We'll pretend later that we want them there. Maybe we'll put a big star right there or something. These weren't done anyway, so we can add to them. It's from those. So these will be cards and journals or pockets or something. So I left one side blank except for the little bit of glitter that I got on it that's from this product. And I can round the edges, I can ink the edges, I can stamp some more, I could collage on top of this. Sometimes I come back and put a piece of paper or something over it because it's fun when the stars are an extra layer underneath. And I stamped some sentiments because they were laid out and I was waiting for them to dry anyway. So why not stamp on them? And all different shapes. Like I tried to not do it exactly the same right angle or something because depending on how I want to use it in the journal, I could also just cut off these little tabs. I have a million of these from a garage sale find, but maybe I'll cut the tabs off. Here's some more where I used other products and this brighter blue, and this one was almost gone by then. And I tried to use some fun stamps that I would use in any journal. This was a piece of embossed specialty paper that had been sitting around on the counter, and so it was here, and I thought, let's go. Put something on it. This one I already showed you. This was in the box of cool vintage mail I got. It wasn't really vintage, 94, and it was bright white. So I hit it over the flag and tore the rest off. It was just an address label and stuff. The back isn't cute, but it would be a cute pocket on a page. These I actually took out of a journal that is no more assembled than the last time you saw it, actually, the pool liner journal, and put stuff on them. I haven't decorated it, so that sets itself up great. Like this one could have a little tuck spot in the middle, or this one could be a sentiment here and a pocket here, or it could be just like that. Live the life of your dreams, and then you get some sparkle and shine. Lower edge down here that needed something, got something. Who knows? I may still put a tiny pocket over this boring white part. Sometimes where you put your mixed media inspires you. This was one of those, cards on this day, and then I put something on it. This is a fun thing. I did this with a whole bunch of cards once before. This one's kind of thin, so it was trickier. If I'm using my glass mat, or if I have some more on the card, the gift card that I'm working with, I put it along the edge of the journaling card. So this is cute in a pocket. It has a little interest. You could still put a pull tag over it or something if you want. Has just a little sparkle, bit of junk. And then some glitter on the back because I get messy. Now this was, I don't know what this is. I don't know where it came from, but it's like canvasy or something. And I thought, wouldn't this be a cool journal cover? So I just started putting stars on it, and then I added this. I don't know how I love that. Those were kind of empty spots. It's a little bright. I don't know if it's going to go like this and be like a typical size journal, or if it's going to go like this, maybe trim this edge, and it's a big journal, and then some sort of ephemera or decoration in between these, kind of cover up that white spot. Who knows at this point? I just thought it'll be fun. I'm more likely to use it decorated. I didn't even know it existed. I was looking for the Nouveau drops, and I thought, let's put some on here. So I created a bunch of UFOs. That's great. But I'm going to put these pages, they're going to go right back in the Clear It Out journal that's underway for them. And now they're more interesting. This is how I get some mixed media in journals, and this is another reason why you might not want to sew them right away. I had these folded and probably in order, but because I hadn't stitched them in, super easy to lay them out, put stuff on them, and then I tucked them in the cupboards to dry so the girls couldn't get them. Now let's talk Pearl-Ex. This, I tried an embossing folder and some water and some Pearl-Ex. It's not that exciting. Now note, I was experimenting and I knew that, so I used a color that I maybe didn't love. It does two things for me. This color wouldn't be on the page or in the journal, so I'm bringing in a new color. And if I hated these, I could throw them away. Now this one, I maybe didn't use enough Pearl-Ex, so it didn't get that exciting, but it's still pretty fun. I could trim it down and make it a pocket base. Like imagine it with a collage over the front or a piece of ephemera or a fun quote. It's still better than a flat, boring piece of paper. And that's how you get interest. Noni's Trash has made some of the best journal pockets ever because she tried something with mixed media or an embossing folder or glittering or foiling and she didn't like it. It still brings an interest in something different, and I won't have anything like this anywhere else in the journal. Now this one. Okay, after this I thought I need a bigger embossing thing, like something with more wow. So I used this embossing folder of the US and I used way more Pearl-Ex. And that's great. And watch. This is why we have to do this at the end. That's how I got the blue smear on the other stuff. So I used it way too thick because I was playing with it and I wanted, blue. Pearl-Ex, you have to set it. Maybe hairspray over it works. Maybe some sort of aerosol spray to seal it. It does not bring me joy. If you guys give me ideas, I might figure out how to set this. And then what I think I would do, because it would be fun, is trim kind of close around the US and then glue this onto even another color or another layer for a pocket. I think that would be cool in a journal. Maybe I should just make one without Pearl-Ex on it. But I can't live a life where things are getting on other things. Even me, I'm messy, but still, I can't live that way. That is my thoughts on the Pearl-Ex. It's not for me. And I'm not like a dainty watercolor kind of sit around and do that girl. That's not my jam. Be sure to check out the other collaborators. In Smash Our Stash, you see different stuff with everybody. So they're going to have different powders, pastes, and glazes in their stash that they wanted to use up. You may see finished projects. Maybe they had all their cards set out and then got out the stuff and did cute accents. You never know where it's going to go. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. I have another video about my craft room coming soon. Bye-bye.